everyone, it's me Laura from the Papered Soul. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just coming to share with you a journal that I did for a design team project for EllsieBeLs BookShelf. I used the Fairy Light kit, and then I used, I just forgot it, Botanical, I declare, I'll put it in the description. I just looked it up to make sure that I had it right, and now I've already forgotten it. So forgive me, but I will put it in the description below, all the information. But these are two beautiful kits that work really well together from her shop. And I've actually wanted to work on this kit with the fairies for a long time. And as spring is approaching, I guess I just kind of felt like I'm sure all of the fairies are yawning and waking up and getting ready to get busy in the springtime and in the summer. So I thought it was a good time to make one like this. I named this journal Fairy Dust, and this was a lot of fun to work on. And it's about a 6 by 4.5. I'll put all the specifics in the description below. But I love this size. It feels really good in your hand, as you can see. It is fabric covered. I've done sewing around the cover. It's a kind of a soft, nice squishy journal, but feels just really secure. So I've got some nice fabric in here with some peachy pink fabrics, and then like a teal sewing around it, and then one of her focal images with the little fairy sitting on a mushroom. These are very dreamy kits, and this, like I said, lots of fun. I've got a sari silk for the closure here, so we're going to get in and start looking. I will tell you, with Ellie's kits, she offers the digital download that you can do, but then also you can have her print it out and ship it to you as well. So inside I have also done sewing. I have a pocket in the front cover and on the back cover, and I just did like a little bingo card here. And I believe that, you know, little fairies love to play games, and they love to have fun, and I just thought this would maybe be a cheerful type of journal to make, especially this time with what everyone's going through with this virus. And I do hope everyone is taking good care. Just take care of yourself, take care of each other, you know. Wash your hands, you know, just calm, try to be as calm as you can. I know it's a very scary, hectic, uncertain time, but I think the calmer we remain, the better we will handle it. So do a lot of praying if you have a faith, and I hope you do. But anyway, so this is one of her beautiful line pages. It's got a pretty little bird in the background. This was one of her little flower images that she offered in her kit. So I backed it with coffee dye paper and just cut it out for that pocket. And then I have her pretty little tag. I just cannot remember what the name of that kit is. And like I say, I've specifically looked it up. Do I ever do that? My word. I could get up and go look it up, but I don't think I will. I'll put it in the description, but that's not the fairy kit. It's the other one. Botanical Bounty. I'm not sure. That sounds right. Botanical Bounty. Anyway, isn't that pretty? There's a little fairy. There's some Lavinia stamps that I have gotten, and I've had these for quite a while, so I was really excited to be able to use them. So there's a little fairy there, and this is a little Rita Donnelly flip, so you can do a little journaling there. And then I just tuck my little flower back there. I did edge punching, coffee dyed papers. I added pattern papers like I always do. I try to find papers that I have that I can use up that look really nice with the kits that I use. I added my quotes in, and like I said, I've got a lot of sewing. I back my elements oftentimes so that they're nice and thick and sturdy. When the first baby laughed for the first time, its laugh broke into 1,000 pieces, and they all went skipping about. And that was the beginning of fairies. And that was a quote by Peter Pan. So this will open up for extra journaling space there. So I just had that paper clipped right there. But y'all know I love quotes and I like to incorporate them. And here's one of her beautiful images there. It's got mushrooms and ferns and flowers. And it's just, they're both beautiful. And there's one of the fairy pages, and it's just lovely. She's a blonde-headed fairy. She's got her wings, and it's just real pretty. Here's an overlay that I added, and I like to do those because they decorate both sides of the page. But I made this a little flip-up pocket, so you could actually journal in that. And then you've got your tag you can journal on. And then you can journal on this and on the inside. And I've got the image back here that's also in her fairy kit of a little doe, little deer. So that was a lot of fun to make. So just put that over. Like I said, this size is actually one of the journal is actually one of my favorite sizes because it's so, just feels good in your hands, so small and just fun. Just a nice fun size. Here's one of her elements that she had in the fairy kit. Looks like an index card. I sewed all around that, and then I just use it as a little tuck for this journal card. So I shrunk down some of her papers and made, you know, some ephemera and tags and journal cards. I like to do that, and that's the one that's on the cover. It's just really beautiful. Something about fairies just seems like a magical place, and I think it's really good for us to be able to escape to a magical place right now. I loved the little pops of pink and fuchsia of those flowers, and so I kind of trimmed that with that. And then this paper matches her beautiful dress and her wings, and she is riding on a bunny. Look at that beautiful, I love that, so pretty. And here's another quote, and this one's fun. This is called the Fairy Dance, and I'm gonna tell you something about this paper. I cannot tell you how many times I have started to use this paper. It's from the Teasdale collection, and I know it's been out for quite some time, and I kept thinking for many of my journals I was going to pick this paper, and I thought, nah, I'll wait. And finally I was just like, okay, these chairs, the chair paper is perfect for my fairy journal because I think about them getting their little chairs in the forest and sitting and having like singing or, you know, a play or some sort of little fun event that they did together. So I just thought that would be cute for this little journal. But here's a little journal card I made, and it's called, I got a quote on it, The Fairy Dance. The soft stars are shining, the moon is alight, the folk of the forest are dancing tonight. Oh, swift and gay is the song that they sing, they float and sway as they dance in a ring. Oh, seek not to find them, the wee folk so fair, they're shy as the swallow and swift as the air. If you come, they are gone, like a snowflake in May, like a breath, like a sigh, they vanish away. And that was by Catherine Davis. And I just thought that was sweet. Got you some coffee stain paper there. This is one of the envelopes in one of her kits. I'm thinking this is the Botanical Bounty. And look at that beautiful tag. And I did a double there where you can do some extra journaling, and I just popped. I didn't want to glue this down because this image is so pretty on the back too. So however you decide to put it into your journal, you can enjoy it, but I wanted it to float so that you can take it off and see both sides. Isn't that gorgeous? And that, little yellow mushrooms. One of the pieces, ephemera pieces that she added in her kit, and then I have a stamp, and I just thought she looked like Queen of the Fairies, so I sewed around that as a little journal spot. And this little corner tuck was included in her kit, and I added this paper so you can write on that, and then extra paper writing space there. So I thought those looked nice together, and I can just tuck that up under there. And then here is one of her little envelopes. And so I put some paper there and put wishes fond and true. So you can put something in there, and that's a pretty image on the other side. And then I have the postcard that she's got in her kit, and I turn that into a journal card there. So lots of pretty little elements to decorate your journal with. Got you some lace. Isn't that beautiful? The colors are just gorgeous. There's very magical. I put some boa trim. I have this trim in my shop, and I just kind of put that along those through the little holes there. And then this is some washi tape up there. And I've got a tag here for a little tuck spot. And that beautiful image. Another beautiful fairy. And then I stamped this out as a little bird, like a little, I would say a little fairy that's flying on a swallow. They're so small, they get to do things like that. And that is a pretty image. And you could journal on the back of that. So I made a little pocket out of this quote that says, "Leave room in your garden for the fairies to dance." And this little paper just pulls out of this pocket here that I've made out of grid paper. I've put washi tape at the top. I've backed this pocket with coffee dye paper so it's sturdy and you're not afraid to open it, and actually put some things in it, and it's sewn on the side. And so this opens up and you can journal. So just more journaling space. And then some elements that I've backed for more journaling, and that chair paper. So if you stumble in your yard and something sticks your feet, it might be little miniature chairs that the little fairies have been sitting in. Oh my goodness. Like I say, it's just fun to have some lighthearted, pretty imagery. This is one of those stamps that Lavinia stamps that she has. I believe she's out of the UK, and she has some beautiful stamps. So I just love being able to incorporate those into this journal. And there's some pretty lace. Lined mushroom paper with leaves and acorns and flowers. And this is the center of the signature. And for my little strings, my signature strings, I created stamped out little orbs. So in Lavinia has these little orbs, fairy orb stamps. And so then I decorated them with stickles, because I'm imagining if a little fairy orb is floating by, it's gonna just be magical and have beautiful colors all over it. So that was a lot of fun. Here is extra paper with one of her images that I just use so that can just tuck up under that and keep that closed. I thought that was pretty. Another beautiful tag. Lots of journaling space in here. Also lots of elements. Made little tabs there, and here's that extra paper for journaling. And a pretty image. This is an overlay. I won't take it out, but with my overlays, I will take it out. You can actually, I did some stenciling on it too, so you can actually journal on that. And I was just highlighting some of those pretty images off of her pages. And this was some of my pattern paper. And then here I made a little booklet, and whoops. And then I actually have a tag here that I am tucking it into, that I made like just a fun, it's backed with coffee dye paper, so it's sturdy, and it's sewn in. I've got some tracing paper and pink line paper, and it's just sewn in like a signature there. So that was fun. I love to do booklets, and I use her papers to do it. Just cut them up, print it out, and just cut them up and make different little elements out of her kit. But these images are some of my favorite ones. They're just so beautiful. Just soft and gorgeous. This here is a little pine cone that I used as a little tuck spot. I backed it so it's sturdy, and I have a little quote here that's a journaling spot, and it says, "Children's children, don't forget, there are elves and fairies yet. Where the naughty hawthorn grows, look for prints of fairy toes. Where the grassy rings are green, moonlight dances shall be seen. Watch and wait, oh lucky you, if you find a fairy shoe. For a ransom he will pay. Lay it on his mushroom seat. Wish your wish and go your way. If your wish should be discreet, never fear, but he will pay." Dora Owen, and I just love that. It's really cute. So you might find a little fairy shoe out in your yard this time of year. And this is one of her fun journal cards. And I'm going to tell you, Ellie will challenge you in her images are so detailed. I fussy cut around all of that. And it was just, if that tells you how crazy I am. But it's got a very rough edge and everything, and I just fussy cut all around that. So that was a lot of fun. And there's the chair paper, other side, and that beautiful paper. And here's a little fox down here and a bird right there. She's just got so many mushrooms, flowers, ferns, dragonflies, just so many beautiful images. Here in this pocket, I have one of her little cards, and it's a journal spot. And then on the back, I have a little pocket with some washi tape and some extra little paper that you can jot some little notes or thoughts down on. Here's a little flip out, and I made, I've got this is from her kit, and so I just glued that on there, and I stamped one of my pretty little fairies, and she had a flower. I cut the stem off and just kept the bloom there for the pocket, and that was a pretty image she had. I love that, the color of it. And then some clover, and I use that to kind of hold down in my little envelope. And so then I have like a little piece of paper here that you can journal on as well. And I just tuck that in there. And then this will tuck up under my clover, and that holds that down. So I just thought that was a pretty little flip out there, and all that journaling space. More lace, and that gorgeous with the mushrooms. I don't think you could ever get tired of these two kits, and whether you use them separately or together. I love that. And here I did another stamping of with my stamps. That's from there too, and the bunnies as well. And I love the little silhouette look of the fairy, and she is sprinkling fairy dust. And I also added some fun little pretty pink and gold sequins. It just looks magical to me, like you see her little silhouette in the forest. And here is another pretty envelope, and so I just left that there and tucked it, and I did a double pocket tuck here. And I have a quote that says, "If you have a special garden where flowers and herbs abound, then take a pinch of fairy dust and sprinkle it around. The fairies will take notice, and at the end of the day, they'll tiptoe out upon the grass and dance the night away." Carla J. Nelson. And I just love that, so it's a little journal spot there. And then I have a little jar of fairy dust for you. And you can see it. I've taken some vellum and just kind of sandwiched that together in there. So, you know, you have to have a lot of fairy dust on hand to make magical things happen. And then that beautiful lined image page there for journaling. And then there's the back. I have another pocket, and here I have like a little library card. You can do a little more journaling, and you can put some other things in that pocket there. And I did sign it, The Papered Soul, handmade by Laura, 2020. So there is my sweet little fairy dust journal. I hope you like it. Like I say, it was a lot of fun, just pure fun to work with. And this is a chunky journal, in case you can't tell. It is a pretty chunky journal, like all of my journals are. I like them chunky, but I also like to incorporate a lot of journaling space for you. So I hope you like that. I will be coming to you with my next journal, I've got 2 more I'm going to do this month, and I also still need to get my taxes done. I know we have an extension, but I still just want to get it done and have it off of my plate. And I made a face mask last night for my husband, so I'm going to be making some more for some of my family and everything. But you all take good care and just be safe. Thank you for coming to share this time with me. Bye.